Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talkn Tennis, the only tennis podcast you need to get your tennis fix as we hit crunch time of the Madrid Masters. We discuss everything from bad tacos to the latest Spanish young gun taking the tennis world by storm. Plus, I hear Adrian has some choice words for Australia's top-ranked player. More on that one later. My name is Adam the Animal, and I'm joined, as always, by my two partners in crime. Firstly, the man to my virtual left who ghosts women more than Francisco Roy ghosts the players he coaches. It's Chrissy P. How are you, Chris?
Adam, it's a great evening to be here with you and Adrian as well. Geez, the ghosting, yeah, it's a tough scene out there, but it's reciprocated as well. I'm not the only one, but yeah, it's getting around these days, isn't it? The ghosting, it seems to be a common theme. It's not just in the dating scene; it's made its way into the tennis environment. Yeah, great to be here. We've got a lot to unpack today, don't we?
We do. It's been a big week and a bit. Looking forward to getting stuck in. And we will do that with the man to my virtual north, at least on my screen anyway. We're very grateful, Adrian, that you're here this week on the pod after falling ill over the weekend with a bad case of dodgy shrimp tacos, which of course he's now allowed to not have, but he did anyway. It's Farjos. How are you, Adrian?
Thank you. It's look, I'm just scraping by, so I have to go easy on the pod tonight. But look, sometimes you just got to take that risk, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And just like a few of the players on tour, it obviously didn't pay off, unfortunately. So, look, you live, you learn. Even though I was told not to eat them strictly by the specialist. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to go for it. Like, what does he know? What gives him the right?
He doesn't know.
Who is he to question what I consume? That's all I have to say. So if I want to have a fish taco, I'll have a fish taco.
Fish taco, shrimp taco. Well, you learnt your lesson. Maybe next time you'll listen to the specialist, eh?
Maybe.
You'd think after the first 6 players got ill, you wouldn't have had the taco after that, but you still had it anyway.
I know. I thought maybe I would have learnt after the first taco instead of consuming 6 of them, but oh well. You live, you learn.
Adrian.
Right.
Well, it's good to have you. We will talk more about all things tacos. I want to get your top 3 tacos later in the pod as well, Adrian. So,
okay, watch out.
Certainly, I think shrimp's going to fall off from the top 3. We will get stuck in. As Chris said, it's been a busy couple of weeks in the world of tennis. A lot going on, lots of surprises. We are, of course, at the half of the quarterfinal stage, and half of the semi-final stage has been set on the men's side at the Madrid 1000 Masters. The first semi-final was locked and loaded last night. It will be Jannik Sinner, the top seed, taking on Arthur Thies, the 21st seed in the tournament. He is continuing his hot form of 2026, beating 11 seed Yuri Lehechka 6-3, 6-4 overnight, while Jannik Sinner defeated what some are calling the next big thing in the world of tennis, Rafa Jodar, who was one of the stories of the tournament. Sinner taking that out last night, 6-2, 7-6. And then tonight we've got the last 2 quarterfinals matches to decide the second semi-final. Casper Ruud takes on Alexander Blocks in the first match, and then Flavio Caboli takes on Alexander Zverev. Chris, Rafael Jodar, the story of the tournament, 19-year-old Spanish sensation, made it to the quarterfinals of this tournament, knocking off Vic Capriva in the previous round, 7-5, 6-love. But more impressively, taking out the red-hot Brazilian young gun, João Fonseca, 7-6, 4-6, 6-1 in the round of 32. Absolutely dismantling Fonseca in that third set, racing to a 5-love lead. In the talk of the tennis world, Chris, is he worth the hype, in your opinion?
Oh, is he worth the hype? That's a very good question. We always see new tennis players come on the scene and they have a good few tournaments and then they lull. Do they come back? Are they consistent? So, look, Yoda, he's certainly exciting. He's, the past month and a half, 2 months, even since the start of the year, really, first came on at the next gen finals. Oh, sorry, the next gen finals. Sorry, yeah, he was part of that. But he won Marrakesh. He had a decent run in, I think it was Barcelona or Munich, but
yes,
Barcelona
after last week.
So yeah, he's just been making his presence felt on the scene, and now obviously this being the best performance in his career, and knocking off some pretty big players as well in front of his home crowd. I'd say he is worth the hype, but the thing is, now that he's beaten some formidable players such as Fonseca, going on a tie break against Sinner as well, he's going to be expected to win now, and he's going to be expected to keep this form up at all costs, because if he doesn't, then people have short memories and they're just going to be thinking, well, he's not as good as we thought. But tennis is not like that. You go through lulls, you go through periods where you lose matches and you might have a couple bad months, and then you come back. So, look, I'd love for him to be, just there, a big presence on the scene and being a real threat to players. But how does he stack up over the course of a season, over the course of a year? So it's sort of a wait and see at this moment. He's only 19, still very young.
Adrian, caught much of Rafa this week, and where do you stand on him being the next big thing?
I agree. At the same time, he still has a lot to prove. Yeah, he did push Sinner to a tiebreaker, but lost that tiebreaker to Love.
He did.
Yeah. At the end of the day, he is 19 and still so young, but the wins that he's produced, particularly in this tournament, looks like he's playing well beyond his years. But the thing is, when you play without expectation, that's one thing. But like what Chris mentioned, as soon as you have that expectation, then that's another thing to, you're going in now as favourite, is a whole new ball game. And can these players withstand that pressure? I mean, you find that with older experienced players like Zverev. He can't push through that barrier. Not that he's ever gone through as a favourite against a Sinkeraz, but some of those top players still struggle with that, with those expectations. So he still has a lot to prove, but he is still so young. So you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, but all credit to the way he's gone about his business this tournament. It's been really impressive.
Yeah, he's looked really good. And yeah, the limelight kind of goes from one young gun to the other. Went from Mensik last year to all the talk was Fonseca. And he's proven that worth so far this year. He's had a good year. And now it's just all about Jodar now, that he's the man. He's going to be the next one to challenge the big two. And like you said, Adrian, he'll have the pressure on him now. He'll be the target. He's up to 34 in the live rankings. He's every chance to be seeded at Roland Garros. He probably will be seeded. So, he's going to, get a few easier matches, I guess, in the first couple of rounds, but then he's going to have a target on his back. And players are now well aware of him if they weren't already. It's good to see a fresh face pop up and take the world by storm as well.
Yeah. It's good to see that fresh batch inject some excitement into the game. I feel like we've had the usual top 10 around for a while. Your Medvedevs, your Zverevs, and the like, that supposed next gen that was supposed to dismantle the big three and couldn't get a look in. And now it looks like this new generation just coming through and doing really well, which is awesome.
I think they're going to be the ones to take that mantle if anyone's going to do it. One man that Jodar did beat, Adrian, Alex de Minaur in the first rounds. 5th seed of this tournament. It was de Minaur a little bit unlucky to draw Jodar. Now that you look back in hindsight, I guess, after the run that he went on. But still, I guess you're the 5th seed, and if you're de Minaur and you're serious about winning the 1000 Masters tournament, or even winning a slam, particularly with Alcaraz out for the next few tournaments, be disappointed if you're de Minaur to lose 6-3, 6-1, and you have every chance to go pretty deep in this tournament and maybe even pitch one. Where to now, Adrian, for young Alex de Minaur?
Look, I've got a few things I'd like to say about young Alex de Minaur. But before I get into my big rant, that thing about you just mentioned, which kind of irks me a little bit, about unlucky that he was in that same draw, that bracket with Jodar. I'm sorry, but if you're ranked 5th in the world, you should not be afraid of anybody or feel unlucky to come across a rank 40 player or anyone. That's just, I don't accept that at all.
Fair enough. I did say I think de Minaur should have won that match. He still went in favourite, should still win. But out of everybody you could have drawn in that round of 64, it was probably the worst result for Alex, I guess.
He was the hot player. He was the informed player. So, I mean, the ranking was, probably a bit deflated for Jodar at that time because, anyway, but I'll let you continue, Adrian.
Yeah. And look, I have a lot to say. I took a few just key points, so forgive me for looking over at some of my key points. But look, yeah, it started innocently enough. A missed forehand here, a mistimed backhand there, but he'll bounce back. They said, it's just a phase. I was guilty of that myself. They were my words exactly. That I thought, oh, yeah, he'll bounce back, and it's got to the point where I'm just absolutely fed up with making excuses for this man. It's the tennis equivalent, and apologize to my US viewers here. It's the tennis equivalent of a plane flying calmly through the air only to careen into the fucking two towers. I'm sorry, but he's an absolute fucking train wreck right now. It's beyond a joke. This man's game is built. This man's game is built on speed. The demon, quick, relentless. It's just a human blur. But where is he? Who knows? Do you know? Tell me. Actually, I don't care what you have to say. Just shut up. So, one of there are points you swear he's going to chase down the ball, and he just doesn't. You're like, oh, the old ADM would have got there. The old he would have got that, and put him under pressure. We all love the old ADM. Yeah, the old ADM who couldn't win against a top 10 player. Remember that, Alex de Minaur? Yeah, that's the old Alex de Minaur we all know and love, because we didn't have the expectation, and that alludes to what I was talking about earlier. As soon as the Nitto finals, he's got a few scalps against those top 10 players, and we're like, oh, look at that. And for us Aussies who have been starving some top-tier success from one of our brethren, that's what we've been lacking. And it just makes me sick. What else do I have to say? That pathetic serve, it's a joke. The opponents aren't just returning it, they're welcoming it. It's like if you had a coin toss and say, oh, do you want to serve first or me? And say, no, you can serve first because you're a fucking joke. Oh, yeah, beauty. Right here in my strike zone. Let's go. Bang. It's just disgusting. I don't know. Is his whole tour based around his fiance's schedule of her bowing out because she's just as shit as him? And then they can go fuck off together on a holiday somewhere? Fucking Cancun or wherever. It's just a joke. It just makes me sick. I'm just absolutely sick of defending this ball bloke. Tactics? Well, I don't know. What tactics does he have? Oh, yeah, just I'm going to just keep the ball in play, out rally, force the errors. You can't do that because you don't have any weapons now. You're just not the player used to. He's just cooked. You can't outgrind a grinder when you have no weapons. Your grind is an LD special buy, and the grind you're playing against is a fucking niner in Naples who fucking has taken the beans herself and roasted and undergone the whole brewing process from fucking bean to cup. There's no comparison there. Look, I know you might be saying, oh, but hey, geez, he's a fucking top lad. He's a really, really nice guy. Everyone on tour loves him. But, nice guys they don't finish. The nice guys finish last in this business. You have to be cutthroat. You can be nice at times, but he just doesn't have that killer instinct. So, yeah, where do we go from here? What's changed? I think I mentioned it before. Those wins and giving us that taste of success and wanting more and just not being able to handle it, I think. But I also alluded to these young bucks now who have arrived, and the Jodars, the Fonsecas, the Fees, they're going to surpass him in absolute no time. And I feel he's just on a slippery slope, a downward trajectory to absolute nowhere. Maybe he may as well make best friends with fucking Stefanos. Even Stefanos is fucking giving it a crack now. Anyway, I've absolutely written him off. I'm done with him. I don't want to hear his name. Forget about Cam Norrie, Demon. You're fucking finished, mate. Absolutely finished. So that's it. Absolute good riddance. Apologise for the long rant. It was a short-lived pleasure supporting you, Alex, but it won't happen again. Signing off.
So you're done.
Thank you, Chris.
That was brilliant. As far as speeches go, King Charles the other day in his speech in America, Malcolm X in the past, Charlie Chaplin, that's top tier. That is fucking supreme. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. And look,
Adrian, you done? He's there.
absolutely. No,
It's cooked.
he's done. He's cooked. Sick of making excuses for him.
In the Masters, he's not going to go deep. Grand Slam, that's it. That's it.
I don't know. Look, I'm not.
You can't take it back now.
You've
written him off.
I have written him off, and I don't know.
For the next 6 months, at least. I mean, who knows what he'll do in the next few years? But in terms of, the short term, it's not looking good.
He's dead to me.
For what it's worth,
Yeah.
I put a Reddit post up a couple of weeks back. I did my fantasy top 10. Who will the top 10 players be on the men's side at the end of the 2027 season? And I think him, Medvedev, Fritz, I didn't have in there. So I tend to agree with you there. I think I had Fonseca, Fees, probably Mensik as well coming in. So I'm with you. I think he and a couple of other guys will be replaced very quickly. Do you think he's just benefited from the weak, they call it the weak, one of the weakest top 10s in men's tennis of recent history? Do you think he's just benefited from that weakness?
100%. And we mentioned this last week. You've got a bloke in fourth place who just doesn't play. And how does that work? So he definitely has been, tell me he would have made a top 10 in, 2013 when he's trying to contend with an Albandian, a Del Potro, a Berdych.
Maybe not
Wawrinka.
He's been in there.
Yeah. So and look, I'm highlighting an absolute, the pinnacle of what I thought was the game in, I don't know, correct me if I'm just making up the year. I'm not sure about the year, but those players I mentioned who were all around in that time, I feel was the strongest. And there's no way he would have made maybe even a top 20, I think, in that time. For him to reach 5, or did he even reach 4, or was 5 the highest?
It's a good question. I don't have that on hand. I'll go with 6, looking at what's in front of me. 6 is the highest he's reached.
6.
He's
absolutely.
He's dropped a couple
Yeah.
of spots.
Yeah, no way he would have.
I tend to agree. I think the men's game is in for a big change in the next 18 to 24 months in that top 10.
Yeah.
And you see Djokovic fall off eventually. It will happen. Outside of that top 3, I think you're going to see some big changes. And looking at who's in there, I think Shelton and maybe Musetti, if he can get his body right. The only guys who are going to be in there outside of that top three. So you're going to see 5 fresh faces in the next very quickly.
Yeah, I think these, and it's good for the game. These young guns are exciting to watch and giving us some really high quality tennis at the same time, which is awesome.
Very good. Very good. Chris, did you have any other words on Alex de Minaur, or do you think Age is pretty much covered?
Oh, no, he's covered it.
So how do you top that?
You don't top that. I could sit down and listen to hours of that. So please keep going with that, Adrian. I want to hear more of it.
Just give you another weekly update on my thoughts on Alex de Minaur every week.
We should have a standard segment, Adrian's thoughts each week. Adrian's will come up with a word there. Chris, I asked you last week who was your outside pick on the men's side, and if my memory serves me correctly, you landed on Lorenzo Musetti as your outside pick. I think it was you, Chris, or Adrian?
Yes, it was me.
Return of form for him, kind of. He did fall to Yuri Lehechka 6-3, 6-3, but he did get a couple of wins under his belt. Cop Tuvi Hurkacz in the first round. He beat the man who's probably the biggest winner off the court I've ever seen in my life, Talon Griekspoor. More on that later. He's come back to life a little bit, Musetti. He's had his injury problems. Do you think he can build up from here and potentially be a serious challenger for Rome next week, his home country tournament, and maybe even Roland Garros?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think the previous tournaments that he's played, he's getting slowly, he's getting better. So whether that's getting his body just right, he's getting his form right, he's coming against better players. I mean, losing to Lehechka, straight sets, 6-3, 6-3. I mean, Lehechka's no slouch as well. He's been playing some pretty decent tennis at the same time.
He made the final recently of what tournament? Was it 1,000?
Miami, I believe, or yeah. Look,
one of the American ones.
Yeah, so Lehechka's playing great tennis, and to lose to him, look, I think he'll learn from it. I think that's the best thing you can say for him. But looking at Musetti's game, he's got a lot of. He's using the clay to his advantage. He plays his backhand slice really well, which I've started to notice a bit more. He uses that to construct points as well. Plays the drop shot, gets his opponents into the net, and puts them in awkward positions. He's got his multifaceted game. He's not just a hard baseline player or heavy top spinner. He uses different strokes as well, which different tools, different weapons, and look, obviously being on clay, using that slice, using the drop shot is advantageous. So I think we can expect him to run into some better form next tournament, but he's going to play some better players, no doubt about that. The deeper he goes, so it's within his capabilities, definitely, and he better hope so because he's in my ATP fantasy team.
It's interesting, yeah. I'm contemplating picking him for next week as well. I'm still on the fence. It's a lot of points to put in, so I think he's turning the corner potentially. Lads, maybe we get our picks for the final. Maybe let's predict the final. We've got Sinner and Thies as the first semi-final, and then the 2 quarterfinals tonight, Casper Ruud and another young gun, Alexander Blocks, in that first quarterfinal match, and then Kaboli and Zverev in the other quarterfinal match. Adrian, if you have to pick your final and your winner, who's getting through to the final 2, and then pick your winner? From memory, last week you picked Auger Aliassime. It's like chance. Yeah, you do so well in Battle of the Spuds, but then, yeah. Early on Musetti, no, way too hard on Felix.
Yes, indeed. Well, I think what I want to happen and what I think is going to happen are 2 totally different things. So
Give us both then. What do you want to happen? What's in Adrian's fantasy?
My fantasy is that Fees obviously to win. That's my fantasy.
We know that.
What I do think will happen, I think Zverev will take care of Kaboli. And where are we? Just looking up here. Zverev will take care of Kaboli. That Ruud and Blocks, Blocks is one player I haven't watched this tournament. I haven't watched a lot of.
He's the reincarnated Milos Raonic.
Yeah.
Raonic's long lost son.
Blocks was in the.
It's like a dictator.
He was in the junior
Yes,
Nido.
Yep.
Chris was all.
And it's funny, these.
I picked him for the tournament.
Picked Landelus.
He did.
He played well at Miami.
Yeah. He's no Botic Vandersloop. But oh mate, he's doing well. Isn't it funny? These young players that were in the junior Nido are really starting to pop up now and make a name for themselves. Blocks just really under the radar. No one's mentioned him, and here he is just quietly going about his business. So respect to him. I think Zverev will take care of Kaboli. It's a pick really between Ruud and Blocks. Let's go surprise Blocks over Ruud. Either way, I think Zverev will take care of that bracket there. I think Zverev will make the final. And I think it'll be a Zverev Sinner to win would be my pick. I know it's boring, but I hope Fees takes care of him here in this semi and goes on to win, I think. And hopefully if he does beat Sinner, he breaks our curse of not losing the next game after a big match. That's the danger. I think Fees can do it.
Adrian riding the Fees bandwagon. Chris, do you agree with Adrian that it will likely be the favourites going all the way, or can you see any upsets? Chris loves an upset.
I do love an upset, and particularly Kaboli beating Zverev is probably, well, I think it's more likely, considering that Kaboli beat him a week ago, 10 days ago. Casper Ruud, defending champion, he'll defeat Blocks. Blocks had a great run. I think his time's up. I'd like to see Kaboli get over Ruud, and to Kaboli be in the final, and he will take on Sinner as well. Look, Fees is playing some incredible tennis. I love seeing his aggressiveness. I've said it in the past. But fucking hell, man, Sinner. I mean, watching the highlight reel against Jodar, on the big points, he goes for these. He plays big. He goes for these shots at just the balls. Like, he's just another level, and his ability just to stay focused and just to know when to go big, when to be a bit passive, take risks. He's just experienced when in these moments. So Sinner, it'll be all Italian finals, and Sinner will take it out.
Hey, nice. I like it. I picked Zverev for the tournament last week, so I'm going to stick by it. In saying that, however, I'm liking Ruud's game at the moment, and I think he could be. If I was actually going to make a pick, I'll go Ruud Sinner final. But I'm going to hedge my bets and go and stick with what I said last week and say it'll be a Zverev versus Sinner final. But Ruud, as you said, Chris, he's the defending champion, and Kaboli's playing really well at the moment, so I could see those two guys knocking off Zverev. Sinner, though, he just looks hard to beat, and I think he'll get through Fees as well. So either way, it's going to be an entertaining last few days on the fights. We'll talk about the women now. There's been another big story on the women's side. It's been a tournament unlike no other in the women's game in 2026, headlined by upsets after a string of top seeds winning tournaments on the WTA. We've got some outsiders tonight's semi-finals. Hailey Baptiste takes on Mira Andreeva in the semi. Baptiste knocked off world number one and the seemingly unstoppable Arena Sabalenka, saving a whopping 6 match points on the way to a 2-6, 6-2, 7-6 victory. Andreeva's had a little bit of an easier journey en route to the semi-final, beating Leylah Fernandez in the quarterfinal. And then in the other semi, we've got Marta Kostyuk taking on Anastasia Potapova. Kostyuk she had a decent scalper of her own earlier in the tournament, knocking off Jess Pegula in the round of 32 and then beating Noskova in the last round, 7-6, 6-1. Andreeva would become a 3-time Masters winner if she gets the job done after winning 2 titles earlier in 2025. And it would be a first-time Masters win for the other 3 ladies. But Chris, Anastasia Potapova, what a story for the 25-year-old. Lost in qualifying pre-tournament to fellow Austrian Kraus in 3 sets and then was gifted a lucky loser spot after the withdrawal of Patterson Keys. Potapova went on to beat Zhang in the first round, Ostapenko in the round of 32, and then the big scalp in the round of 16, beating world number 2 Elena Rybakina 7-6, 6-4. Chris, I'm sure you have lots to say about Potapova and her run at the moment. She is also the first lucky loser in WTA 1000 history to make a semi-final as well. So she's breaking records left, right, and centre. Can she go with the job, Chris?
Oh, can she? Yeah, why not? I mean, when you're hot, you're hot, and she's definitely hot. I mean, she is playing some really good tennis. Her game style is she's super aggressive as well. She is not deterred from the big moments, and she winds up in her shots. She really goes for them as well. And I got to say, I'm really impressed with her defense or her defensive abilities as well. For her to really hunt down balls, stay in the point, and choose her shots to go for them. And she did that well against Rybakina as well. Rybakina, huge ground stroke, a big forehand, but tell you, Potapova was staying with her. She was just going toe-to-toe on forehand exchanges, and she was winning them. And to do it on clay as well, full credit to her. And I think with Potapova as well, when you're that kind of player who's like, hyper-aggressive, I mean, it can work out so well for you as well. And when you're in form, you're winning matches, you run with it. Tennis is such a momentum game as well, confidence game as well. But if it doesn't and you're missing shots, it's just not working for you, it turns to shit so quickly. So I think that's the case with Potapova. That's why she's been on the scene for as long as she has. But her aggressive game style, it's won her some matches, but it's also probably lost her some matches that she should have won as well. I think she's just run into some really good form as well, where she's just won a string of matches, and she's just playing on pure form and confidence. I mean, to go from losing a match in qualifiers, and then all of a sudden now you're almost in the final. Well, what does that tell you? It just means you're just playing pure confidence, pure instinct, and you just being hyper aggressive. So that's her game. Would love to see her take it out though as well. It would be a great story.
When it works, it works. And you look unstoppable, but then when it doesn't, it looks really bad. So she is taking full advantage of her purple patch at the moment. Adrian, I think your prediction was Mira Andreeva for the tournament. It's one of your rare good predictions because she is now the hot favourite tournament with all games either out with Taco or losing in the case of Sabalenka and Rybakina. Your thoughts on women on the left and whether you think Andreeva is a shoo-in for the final?
I would not say it's a shoo-in, but I definitely can't back out of my prediction now. So definitely sticking with Andreeva. What an impressive feat if she can achieve it. What was that? She's going for a third Masters.
Third if she wins, yes.
At 19. That's
Happy birthday
just
as well for yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah. Be a nice birthday present for her as well.
Yeah. Yeah. What an impressive feat for this young lass who cops sprays by Russian royalty So maybe for fear of her life, she might have to take this one out and get the win. Got to stick with her. She's playing well. I think it might be even more dangerous playing against Baptiste instead of Sabalenka, if that is possible. Baptiste would be riding that high. I don't know if it works on the women's side like the men's, if it's such a feat to take that win over a top player. I know Sabalenka's no easy feat. Whether, like what we've spoken about on the men's side, if that translates over to the women's side, losing the next game match. We'll see how we go.
After his match against, he can win. He saved 4, 5, 6 match points.
Yeah.
It was an American guy. I'm looking at you, Chris.
I don't know. It was recent.
It was, yeah. And then he played Sinner the next match and just got, I think it was Sinner, then he just got one.
Oh.
Was it Miami? No, it was Lechka,
I think so.
Actually. It was Miami. He played Lechka in the semis after he come from behind, saved like 4 or 5 match points. Same thing, same scenario here, I reckon. I reckon you're going to see that let down. After that, you imagine the feeling. Sabalenka's looked unstoppable this year. Only lost to Rybakina, I want to say.
Yeah, that's about right.
Unbeatable. Pretty much the Sinner and Alcaraz on the women's side. And so to knock a player off that caliber, this deep in the tournament as well, is a big achievement for Hailey Baptiste. But I'm going for the letdown. I reckon it applies, but could be wrong.
I think it'll be an Andreeva Kostyuk final. I think Potapova's had a fantastic run, absolute fairy tale getting this far. I'd be shocked if she were to defeat Marta in this semi. But Andreeva to take it.
Alrighty, no handshakes there in that final. Chris, your pick for the final?
I'm going to go for the experience in the 19-year-old in Andreeva. Yeah. I don't need to elaborate too much, but we can say an Andreeva Potapova final. But I think Andreeva turs.
Oh, I'm going to go Potapova just to be different. I think she will continue her fairy tale run and finish the story. So I'm going with an upset. I put a poll up actually on Reddit, so I'm just curious to see what the masses or legions on Reddit think. 358 of the 673 votes are for Andreeva. You think they'd put that in a percentage or something? Over half are saying Andreeva, followed by Kostyuk, Baptiste, and then Potapova. Only me and 53 others picked her for the win. So there you go. We'll put a poll up on our Spotify episode as well. So if you're listening on Spotify, scroll down. We'll have a poll up. Who do you think will win the women's WTA Madrid 1000 match? So leave us your votes. And Chris, Adrian, I want to see your votes in there as well.
Sure will.
Absolutely.
I've made mention of this about 326 times in the podcast already. Shrimp tacos. There was a bout of bad shrimp tacos in Madrid this week that caused a glut of withdrawals. Adrian, your girl, Iga Swiatek, withdrew from the tournament in tears due to illness, giving American Ann Lee the win in their round of 32 match. Swiatek was down 3-0 in that third set. Silic had to withdraw from food poisoning, presumably shrimp tacos, giving Fonseca pass into the second round. Sanamasova also withdrew, as did Madison Keys, and Coco Gauff was seen vomiting on court during her match this past Sunday, but still managed to get through and finish and get a win. Adrian, in your pre-gluten intolerance days, back when you were consuming carbs like they were going extinct, what were your top 3 taco choices?
Top 3. Shrimp was definitely not there. One of them, perhaps a bit controversial, the cheeseburger taco.
Ooh.
And if you're wondering what that might be, it's exactly what you think it is. And try it. That's number one. The other one, which is also, the others are pretty stock standard, which, yeah, your standards, your slow cooked beef brisket is always a winner with some slaw. Same with a pulled pork. But I do like some of the more exotic flavors. Have you ever tried a butter chicken taco, boys?
I haven't. No, I have not. Where are you finding these places that are serving cheeseburger and butter chicken tacos? That's what I want to know.
Are they a
Back in the days when I used to leave the house, those days, the good old days, back when Federer and Nadal were 1 and 2. Yeah, those days. Another hot take, churro tacos.
I didn't even know these flavors were actually a thing. Churro
Wow.
tacos.
Got to get out more, boys. Can I say? That one's a nice little dessert number. Little dessert number there.
Exotic.
After you've washed it, it's a fine list.
Very nice. Chris, have you tried any of those taco flavors?
They are completely foreign to me. I have no idea what hashish Adrian is smoking, but if he's got any left, send them my way.
I feel like he's made up at least half of those tacos that he's rebelled.
Oh, rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Look, don't make me compose another rant about you for next week's pod, mate. All right? You keep that up. I'll give you another. Give you a fucking spray.
I'll be here for it.
Alrighty. Yes, you will be. Chris, I'm just curious as well. I was going to ask you yesterday, but I may as well ask you now live on pod. How's your fantasy team going this week? I'm asking you because you're our only hope out of the three of us to put up a respectable score.
Well, when I said last week that, this was the best 2 weeks of my life after the first two tournaments, after the first round, and I'm making the bold move in bringing Shelton into my team, him fucking losing the first round to Dino Prismic, another next-gen ATP contender as well. Fancy a fucking top 5 player losing in the first round to fucking a nobody. Fucking ropeable. He didn't even make or create a break point. Fucking pathetic. He fucking ropeable. So no, my team is not going too well. I should have just left it as it is. I would have been in a much finer position. But look, at the end of the day, there's 6 players left. I've got 3 of them. So, but look, those 2 of those 6 though, I mean, everyone's got them in Fees and Sinner. And I got Kaboli as well. So, but I have fucking Jodar on the bench. I had Tsitsipas on the bench, who would have done both better than fucking than Shelton and Fonseca too. But Fonseca goes against Jodar. So look, anyway, yeah. So I won't score too bad, but I could have scored a lot better.
Ouch. Even I've got 4 players still in the mixer.
Me too. Hey,
it's Zverev, Rude, Kaboli, and Fees.
Very nice.
I had Demon All.
Fees and Rude.
I had Demon All who earned me negative 12 points. Thank you very much.
I thought Rubilev's negative 2. That's a whole nother level. That's all right, Chris. Well, you've always got next week. And remember, there's 3 weeks left, I think, after this week. So you got the alternates where your bench can score. You got full bounce, and then wing switch. So it's 3 weeks left. If you haven't used any of those chips, you've got to use one on each week. this week as well. Use them all. So start using your chips, Adrian, Chris, and everybody listening. I will be using mine this week. I don't know on what. What's your score, Adrian, if you got it up there? Curious.
Right now it's 1,436.
It won't be passing me this week.
What's yours?
1934.
Oh, nice.
I just wanted to feel better about myself this week.
Yep.
Get yourself in the top 20.
I don't think. Well, I'll aim for that, but I don't think either of us are catching Chris at this rate. Very good. We will. We'll do an update on our buy and sell as well next week as well. I think we're long overdue on that. Just another reason to make me feel better about myself as well. Alrighty, lads. If we didn't have anything else, we're at the 45-minute mark. It's very late on Thursday night. It's both our Spuds here have school in the morning. So, with all that said, I think it is time for Battle of the Spuds. Before school tomorrow. That's very nice. Battle of the Spuds. Adrian leads our 2026 Battle of the Spuds 7-5. He has won the last 4 weeks on the trot. 4 weeks or 5 weeks? Adrian, looking at me funny.
4.
4?
Let's go 4. 5 is embarrassing. If I wasn't embarrassed already.
Well, 4 is
Sure done.
good. 5 would be embarrassing, as per Chris's words. So, geez, Chris just putting extra pressure on himself this week. Chris, you really need this. You go down 8-5 in early May, you may as well just stop recording.
Oh, shut up. That's what you said last time when it was 2 or 3 down. It's just
keep saying it for the remainder of the year.
Plot twist. Chris and I have been planning this all along, and one of us runs it up for 5 weeks at a time.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Stephen Bradbury in a few weeks' time.
Today's Battle of the Spuds. I did some reflection, guys, last week. Most weeks I go back, I listen to the pods, I just hear how we went. Did some self-reflection. I wasn't happy with my performance last week. If Adrian's getting 5 out of 5 or 5 out of 6, the first 5 questions, I'm doing something wrong. My performance
Thanks, mate.
It wasn't good enough. Adrian's just acing him. Chris is getting 4 from 4. It was a bad performance. Not as bad as the Jessica Pegula situation. We won't talk about that ever again. But it wasn't good enough. So I nicked my game. So this week's in the Battle of the Spuds will be Madrid Masters Hard Edition. We're going to step it up. We're going harder this week.
I'm shaking in my boots.
We're not moving. You should be. You should be. If either of you get 2 or more, I'm going to be very upset with myself. So I hope you've kept all that homework that you guys did a couple of weeks ago on the Madrid Masters, because we're going back for round 2, lads. Are we ready?
I guess so.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what you got, shit cunt.
But we're going to swear on this pod anymore, but it's okay.
I never agreed to such thing.
I can see Adrian's chat box open, but I can't see Chris's.
No, it's not.
It's funny because mine's not open. Thanks for the reminder, Choif. Oh,
that's okay, guys. Well, this is what
I
happened.
think Greg noticed it wasn't open up as well.
Greg sees all. That's why he's holding his racket when he goes to work.
But don't worry, he's holding something else.
Oh, yeah. We got 6 multiple choice questions, A, B, C, or D. If you want to play it along at home, Spotify, comment section, just open it up, spam some letters. I will, as always, tally them up and let you know how you did. We'll, of course, end on the Who Am I after that as well. Gents, we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Question 1. Which of these four men has not won the Madrid Masters tournaments? Is it Juan Carlos Ferrero? Is it Barrett Safin? Is it C, David Nalbandian? Or is it D, Carlos Moya? Which one of these four men has not won the Madrid Masters tournament? A, Ferrero, B, Safin, C, Nalbandian, or D, Moya?
This is already harder than last week's. We think the Spaniards and Nalbandian would have it. Safin not on clay. You'd think not.
They both lock in logical answer of Marit Safin. They are both incorrect.
Yeah, it's not the logical
win in Madrid in 2004. Ferrero won in 2003. Nalbandian 2007. It was Carlos Moya who never won Madrid Masters. You wouldn't think that being Spanish, but there you go. We all learned something this week. Much to my delight, they are after what show. Let's keep the rolling. Question 2. The Madrid Masters underwent a massive transformation in 2009 when it transitioned to outdoor red clay and moved to the spring. Which ATP tournament lost its Masters 1000 status and spring calendar slot to accommodate the Madrid move? Was it A, the Stuttgart Masters? Was it B, the Hamburg Masters? Was it C, the Barcelona Masters? Or D, the Rotterdam Masters? In 2009, which tournament had to make way and lose its Masters 1000 status for the Madrid Open? A, Stuttgart Masters, B, Hamburg Masters, C, Barcelona Masters, or D, Rotterdam Masters? Adrian has locked in A, the Stuttgart Masters. Chris going C, the Barcelona Masters. You are both incorrect. It is B, the Hamburg Masters. Madrid actually replaced Stuttgart on the calendar in 2002, Adrian, but when it shifted from indoor hard courts to clay in 2009, it took Hamburg's spot, and Hamburg was demoted.
Jeez.
So there you go. We, again, all learned something this week. I am having a good time tonight.
Have a look at this smug prick.
The two questions. It's very nice.
Makes me sick.
It's good when
I'm definitely coming out with a rant for him next week.
When the Madrid Open, question 3, when the Madrid Open transitioned to an outdoor clay event in 2009, it also became a combined men's and women's tournament. While Roger Federer won the men's event, who captured the inaugural women's clay court title? Was it A, Petra Kvitova? Was it B, Caroline Wozniacki? Was it C, Jelena Jankovic? Or was it D, Dinara Safina? 2009, men's, women's, Madrid Masters combined. Which women took out the title? A, Petra Kvitova. B, Caroline Wozniacki. C, Jelena Jankovic. D, Dinara Safina.
Which one was Wozniacki?
Wozniacki was B, Kvitova A, Jankovic C, Safina D. Adrian going B, Caroline Wozniacki. Chris going D, Dinara Safina. One of you is correct. That person is Christopher.
Yeah, that's a drink.
For those audio listeners, Chris has got his birthday present from 4 weeks ago that I gifted him in a large Canadian club, and he's down in that sucker. Something's shocking. Tune in on YouTube if you want to see Chris drinking a CC. Yes, Safina defeated Adrian Caroline Wozniacki in 2009 final during an incredibly dominant stretch of tennis. That's with world number 1 as well during that time. Chris, pure guess, or did you do some homework on that one?
No, she won one. I saw it in the news past week.
Very good. Very good. That's why you got to get on Twitter, Adrian.
Yes.
Chris takes a much-needed lead for 1-0 after 3 questions. Question 4. In 2023, the Madrid Open followed the trend of the Sunshine Double by expanding to a 12-day, 2-week format. What was the exact player court increase for the ATP and WTA singles main draws? A, went from 48 to 96. B, from 56 to 96, C, from 96 to 128, or D, from 64 to 96?
Repeat the question.
Increase the player count.
Player increase.
In 2023, the Madrid Open followed the trend of the Sunshine Double by expanding to a 12-day, 2-week format. What was the exact player count increase for the ATP and WTA singles main draws? Was it A, from 48 to 96, B, from 56 to 96, C, from 96 to 128, or D, from 64 to 96? By my count, you have both locked in D, from 64 to 96.
Just the numbers make sense.
Incorrect.
Thought so.
The answer.
Don't tell me it was the 128. Oh, no.
The answer was B. They went from 56 to 96. Sidebar: Do you enjoy the 12-day Masters tournaments, or do you like the 1-week Monte Carlo style where it's just over and done with within a week?
I like 12 days. I like 12 days. Spreads it out.
You like it stretched?
Yeah, I like it stretched.
You
miss too much. You miss too much. I mean, it just goes. I'm sure the players like a bit more, rest time as well. But you miss so much. I mean, you miss a day. It's like, fuck, he lost the one against them. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
A bit more like a Grand Slam. You've got more time to keep on top of what's happening. It's a bit relentless, that Monte Carlo 1 week. It's just go, go, go. Yeah, I have to maintain this, looking up the scores every day. And if I don't keep on top of it, God knows how the players feel. Have some consideration for us.
How the players feel when he's got to lock in his team by the deadline.
Yeah.
I've got some ideas. Maybe we can talk about that next week on calendar. I'm sure Chris will really want that. Both didn't get that one correct. Chris still leads 1-0 after 4 questions. Question 5. Which of these women has not won the WTA Madrid Masters event? Is it A, Carla Suarez Navarro? Is it B, Aravan Rezai? Is it C, Kiki Bertens? Or is it D, Ons Jabeur? Which of these 4 women has not won the WTA Madrid Masters event? A, Carla Suarez Navarro, B, Aravan Rezai, C, Kiki Bertens, or D, Ons Jabeur?
Oh, I feel like the Breakpoint doco, I feel like they featured Ons.
Yeah.
I feel like she did win.
Was it Madrid, though?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Look, A, B, or C, anyone's guess that I'm going to go.
Playing along at home, A, B, C, or D? Adrian going Kiki Bertens. Chris learning from question 1 that just putting a Spanish player there doesn't necessarily mean that they've won it. Chris is correct. It is Carla Suarez.
I know how you think. I
thought he's not going to do it again, will he? I thought he would have thrown us off for that second one.
He's a simple man.
Simple man.
I'm thinking too deeply. No.
Yeah, don't think too deeply. There's not a lot of thought going here. Chris, well done. Correct. You lead 2-0. 1 question to go. Adrian, you really need this if you're going to stay alive. Question 6. Casper Ruud, who was the 14th seed, won the 2025 Madrid Masters with a grueling 3-set win against Jack Draper. Which of these players did Casper Ruud not beat in the 3 prior rounds on course to victory? Is it A, Daniel Medvedev, B, Flavio Caboli, C, Taylor Fritz, or D, Francisco Cerundolo? Which of these players did Casper Ruud not beat last year en route to the final where he beat Jack Draper? A, Daniel Medvedev, B. Flavio Caboli, C. Taylor Fritz, or D. Francisco Cerundolo? So wreck your brains from a year ago and try and remember who Casper Ruud knocked off en route to the final. 14th seed, and he won the tournament, Adrian. Crazy. What a world. What a time.
There's so many ways you could try and work this out, but he just...
It's a hard question.
All the answers?
What's as hard as
A.
Medvedev.
Yep.
B. Caboli. C. Fritz. D. Cerundolo. Chris going Flavio Caboli. Adrian going Taylor Fritz. I like Adrian's logic. Fortunately, it's failed. The answer is B. Flavio Caboli. Chris gets it again. How the hell did you get that, Chris?
Caboli probably wouldn't have been on the scene in the last 3 rounds.
Good logic. The other 3 guys are much older and were definitely around. Casper Ruud beat Medvedev in the quarterfinals, Cerundolo in the semi-final, and Fritz in the round of 16. There you go. Very good, Chris. Very good. I should feel upset, but I'm actually happy that Chris is actually... Maybe I'm going to make him harder for Chris more often. He lifts the occasion. Chris taking a commanding 3-zip lead before we go into the Who Am I. Chris, though, mate, as you know, it's never over. We're hitting Adrian's special category, the Who Am I.
Yeah, but I'm going for 5 points, though. I'm going for fucking glory. I'm going.
He wants to go. I'll tell you what, if you had 8 points, I reckon that would be an all-time record. Except
no one's beating that
episode, but it just was skipping that. In fact, we've got to delete it from the archives. Who am I? I will start as always on 5 points, and it will get progressively easier down to the 1 point. If you're playing along at home, of course, just yell your name really loudly if you think you know the answer. I will let you know if you get it right or wrong. Or just go in the comment section, spam a few names, YouTube comment section, spam a few names down. That'll be good as well. Gentlemen, you know how this game works. Once you know the answer, yell your name, and then yell the answer really clearly for me because I am hard of hearing. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Who am I? For 5 points. Born in April 2002, I was the daughter of a gymnast, which fueled my love for sport at an early age before eventually moving to the world of tennis. I'm known for my sportsmanship, which includes a viral fair play moment at an ITF event in Monastir, where I famously corrected a call in favour of my opponent. For 4 points, my early inspiration to tennis came in 2016 when I was a ball girl at the 2016 Istanbul Cup, where as a teenager I watched my compatriot make history to become the first woman from that country to win a WTA title. I grinded my way through the ITF circuit before finally making my WTA Tour main draw debut at the 2023 Rosmalen Open. For 3 points, my 2024 was my major breakthrough year. I qualified for my first Grand Slam main draw at the French Open, and by November of that year, I officially cracked the top 100, reaching world number 91. For 2 points,
Adrian.
I recently made history.
Adrian for 3.
He just calls it.
Adrian for 3 points.
Well, he didn't say anything for 2 points.
Adrian for 3 points. Who am I?
Hey,
am I?
What's going on? Hey,
This is ridiculous.
Am I?
Yeah,
son.
Yeah, no, or you don't, mate. What's going on?
This is not good. You're making me look like a real asshole here, Adrian.
I know. Am I?
I buzzed you out, bro. Buzz you out. I'm gonna buzz you out.
A Kostyuk. Marta.
No, I am not Marta Kostyuk. That is incorrect. For 2 points, I've recently made history at the majors for my home nation. In 2025, I became the first player from my country in the Open era to reach the third round of Wimbledon. I backed that up by matching the feat at the 2026 Australian Open, where I upset the 11th seed, Ekaterina Alexandrova. For 1 point, I'm an aggressive net rushing baseliner currently sitting at a career high ranking of number 67. I captured my first career WTA 250 title at the 2024 Madrid Open, and I am the proud number one player from Turkey. Who am I?
Zainab.
I am Zainab. That is correct. Because that was the clue. It's topical, of course.
Yeah, it's topical, but you didn't mention any countries. I didn't know how young she was. I was thinking Andreeva for a lot, but no, the Russians have won it before. Jeez, Zainab. But I was thinking of Jacqueline Christian as well, because we talked about her throughout the week. Yeah. Zainab.
I said April 2002, so you could have done some quick math to work out 23. I was a ball girl at the Istanbul Cup.
At 2016, you said.
That's common knowledge. That's common knowledge. She was ball girl in 2016.
At the Istanbul Cup. So you would assume if I'm the
14
at the Istanbul Cup, I'm going to be from Turkey.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's a good clue.
I didn't want to go say I am from Turkey. So I was trying to do it in a way where I'm giving you the hint without making it super obvious. But he didn't pick up on that, disappointingly. That's okay. Bit disappointed. I thought you would get it earlier on that clue alone. Because then you'd go, Turkey, who's the only Turkish player? And then you would have remembered our conversation last week where Chris presumably made a mistake himself talking about Zainab.
That's one way to put it. No, that was later.
Chris, congratulations. One measly point on the Who Am I is enough to give you let's say the first bagel ever in the Battle of the Spuds history. Chris, is that true?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if there was going to be a bagel, I'd be on the receiving end on it. So, geez, it's good to be on the other end. So, sorry.
It's only fitting because I can't eat bagels. So at least I can provide for my co-host here or my fellow members here.
We're going to go back through the archives and see if there's been any other bagel.
There definitely has not been a bagel. I'm going to tell you right now. There's not been a bagel. That was the first one.
Either. 4-zip, bagel. A bagel nonetheless. So, yeah, we're making history. It's been a history-making week, lads. It's crazy. Adrian, anything you want to say to your legions who are following you? Any updates from some of our fans? In that Cincinnati, Dallas, Houston, Idaho sort of area.
So there was a bit of an exchange between Greg and Derek.
Get out of town.
After last week, it's where Greg had sent the highlight. Oh no, the full match recap to Derek, where Derek responded after 3 minutes and said, "Yep, watched it." And after anyway, so they've gone off from there. It's like you just can't watch the highlights. You miss the flow of the match. And Derek responded that the flow of the match happens in between the points, and that's why he's upset. He can't get that through watching highlights. Derek actually thinks he watches highlights now, and I say watch a term loosely because he skips to the end to see the handshake to see if it's worth watching the highlights. That's Derek's philosophy on tennis right now. If the handshake isn't worth it, there's not enough meat to it, he's not watching the highlight package, that's for sure. Greg, though, so we've established Greg, not only did he bring in his racket, but he was doing some shadow swinging. Greg's elevated his game by my records. He's actually brought in a whiteboard to work, furiously writing, taking notes, arrows, writing down strats on his whiteboard and just going up to co-workers saying, clay season isn't for everyone. Just to random co-workers. They have no idea what he's talking about. So, he's in it. The shift though with him is that he's no longer confused about the game. He's just confidently semi-informed, which is, I think, even more dangerous. Derek, on the other hand.
Yeah, I was going to say, with Greg, though, so I just want to interrupt. Has Greg had a chat with HR yet with his, I guess, his conversations with people from work? Have HR been alerted?
I haven't, not that I've been told, but things might change now with him actually approaching co-workers about the game, showing them the whiteboard with the strats, showing them how to do it, how the plays are operating. Whether that's getting under the skin of his co-workers isn't matter. Derek, he started a notes app actually kind of inspired by Greg. Derek's got a notes app, just listed players, but next to every single player is just written overrated next to each one. He doesn't. So he's got no idea. He's begun to refer to himself as the casual expert. And that's where Derek sits at this point in time. So, yeah, a bit quiet on the Derek and Greg front this week. But what does that mean? Things are simmering and they're bound to erupt sooner or later, hopefully, for our pleasure.
Once Roland Garros rolls around, it's really going to turbocharge.
I think things are really going to, it's going to be a chapter 2. Things are heating up.
I think Derek, you might actually watch a 30-second clip of Roland Garros if we're lucky.
I think so.
If we're lucky. Very good, Adrian. Thanks for that wrap up. And of course, if any other fans want to reach out and tell Adrian their life story, what they're up to, just reach out to us, talkntennis@gmail.com. Drop a comment in Spotify, in the comments to Spotify. Don't forget to answer our poll question as well, or leave a comment on the YouTube channel as well. Chris, any parting words to your legions on X? Half of them are free, but regardless.
No parting words other than just check us out on our socials, Reddit, X, watch our videos on YouTube, our shorts, working hard to provide all the good insights and the good larks that I guess we provide. But yeah, check us out on Reddit as well. I believe Adam, you're working hard on that front to create some good content as well. So check us out there, and I'll try and continue to do you proud in winning the quizzes that the Animal puts forward.
Particularly the hard quizzes. And yes, I've created a new Reddit, or subreddit, I think is what they call it. Talkn Tennis Podcast subreddit has been created. The only rule, there are no rules. So do whatever you want. Spam us, send us messages. I don't care. Use a flare, don't use a flare. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you like.
So it won't be moderated? It won't be moderated. Anything goes?
It is unmoderatable. Anything goes, mate. Not safe for work. Not safe for home. Not safe for anywhere. So
Love it.
Is an NSFW subreddit called the Talkn Tennis Podcast. Talk about tennis. Talk about anything you want. I don't care. I will not moderate you.
Unlike some other subreddits.
Yes. And in fact, being mean, being aggressive is encouraged. We promote unfiltered responses. Yes.
You'll get plenty of upvotes from me. So yeah, jump on the Talkn Tennis Podcast subreddit as well. Thank you to everybody who's made it this far on the podcast. We appreciate your support. Again, don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Firefox, Music Bee, and all the platforms you can think of and the ones I just made up. Give us a follow, leave us a question. We will catch you next week. Good evening and good night.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.